this.
Okay. She'll find a way to get it off your computer.
Yeah,
Whoever's
if
got
right.
it.
Even if I have to go meet her and bring the laptop with me, we'll figure it out.
Okay, all right, now, so I'm gonna open the meeting at 9, what time is it, 9:02? Let me, I gotta take the minutes too, so. Call to order 9:02. I have a flag. So we can pledge
Pledge of
allegiance
allegiance
to the
to the
flag,
flag, the United
United
States,
States of America, and to the republic
Republic
for
for which it stands,
Stands one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God, indivisible,
indivisible, with
with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for
justice
all.
for all.
Okay. We don't have any, all right, let me explain the NADA numbers. I had an awful time because it's hard for Roberta to explain things. You know, some people, my husband's like that too. He can't give you good directions to go across the street. So I had to go down there several times, and then she gave me one of the wrong books, which, I mean, everybody makes mistakes, so it's no big deal, but it took me all week long. Plus my husband was in the hospital on Wednesday. They had to take out his defibrillator battery and put in a new one. So that took care of that day. Anyway, that when Roberta doesn't get the motor vehicle, a unregistered motor vehicle filing, she goes into the NADA books and she puts down, she uses the value of clean retail. And that is because the statute, and she gave me a copy of it, requires her to do that, but on registered motor vehicles, when she has to value them for whatever reason. And that's, I have the letter from the state of Connecticut telling her that, you know, to use that. But she has no other specification for unregistered motor vehicles. So she does that, which of course we know when it's unregistered, especially, you know, if it's just sitting there. We have a 1947 Jeep in the corner of the garage that my husband used to race, and that's personal property. It hasn't been registered in 25 years. It doesn't run, but it's personal property. But it's certainly not worth probably what, you know, what the book says, because it's just a doorstop right now. So those are the values. That's what I wrote. What I sent you was the values that the NADA book has. And there's a variety of, you know, for trade-in, it's either rough or average or clean. So we can find a number somewhere in there to use.
So when we did this previously, it really helped to go outside and look at the vehicle.
Right, but an unregistered one, we would have to go to their house.
Right. Or they can take their phone or tablet and go out and walk around in the vehicle and show us something
Right,
that would, like, if there's no engine in it, or
Well-
the frame rails are totally rotted out. I mean, if they can show us something exemplary, it would fall into the rough category. And as your rough, clean retail differences, rough is 1175 in 2017 and
right,
4,300 for clean retail. So
exactly.
we need to see why these appeals are basing on a lesser amount. I need to see that.
Well, like Dennis, he already turned his over to the Andover junkyard or whatever and got $125 for it. The problem is that, you know, not filing is what creates this problem. So if we can teach people that they need to file, and it's not that hard to do. I copied the same thing over and over every year. And basically in the town of Andover, you can't value anything less than $500 because that's, every town sets their own, and ours is set at 500. So the Jeep that we paid 300 for, that is, you know, many, many, many years older, doesn't run, and is now worth more than what he paid for it. So, but those are the rules. I think
It looks like somebody else is logging in.
Galaxy, who is
Yeah.
with us?
Yeah, Galaxy S10.
Galaxy S10 connecting to audio.
Or maybe they're having trouble like we were.
Maybe it could be our first
Yes.
person should be Brian Maudsley. He's on mute. He's muted. Brian, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Is this Brian Maudsley?
Yes, it is. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
We can't
Thank
see
you.
you, but we can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. We've gone over, well, we haven't yet, but we're going over your appeal, and I don't know if you do business as Golden Hammer Builders, right?
Yep.
And I guess you haven't filed personal property?
That's why, that's my question. Because I haven't filed the form, is that where they just come up with the assessment total?
Yes.
Okay,
And I can tell you, it's not that hard to do the filing, and it's
Yeah.
to your advantage because you can value them at what you know they're worth.
and then it depreciates, right, correct?
It
Except-
does, and the
okay.
form,
Georgette, you disappeared from audio.
Yes, we can't hear you, Georgette. Did she hit a button?
I don't know.
I love these Zoom meetings.
Great.
The modern
talk-
age.
She's talking a lot over here, but I don't know what she's saying.
Want to call her on the phone?
Georgette. Do you have her number, Alan? I'm not sure if I have it.
Yeah, I gotta bring it up though. Oh my goodness.
And I'm using my phone for the audio part here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, let me see. This is funny. Of course, she might not pick up.
Maybe your husband will. She's going on and on.
Wow, all I got is her email.
Oh, boy. Wait, I keep thinking maybe she'll look up, and if I'm waving, she'll do something.
She's just going on.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
Sooner or later, she's gonna ask a question.
you think so?
Yeah, when I'm not responding, so.
Her eyes are up. Oh, no.
No. Oh, that's right, because Alan, you don't even have the video. Nobody's on video but me, so I guess I gotta just keep waving.
Well, you and her. Keep waving. Go. Wave. Point to
We
your
can't
mouth.
hear you.
Point to your mouth. Point to your mouth.
We can't hear you. Your audio. We can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Point to your ears. Point to your ears.
Oh, my goodness.
Georgette, can you hear
Can't
us?
hear you.
Can you hear us? Hello?
I don't think she can hear us because she's not even acknowledging anything.
No.
Yeah, something's gone wrong.
Oh, my God.
It froze.
See, this is why we needed Amanda.
Yep. We'll have to tell her that. All right, I'm gonna check. Maybe I don't think I have her in my phone though. Hopefully I can get back to Zoom once I'm done. Nope. I do not have her. She's still going on.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
she must realize that nobody can hear her now. Or that she must not be able to hear us either, or she'd know that we're telling her.
Unmute.
Oh,
Oh,
there
Can
you go.
Hear me?
Now
Now
we
we
can,
can.
yes. But we didn't hear most of
Oh,
what you
for
said for the
pity's
last 5
sakes.
minutes.
Alan?
Yeah, I'm
We can
here.
hear you.
Can you hear me,
Nobody
Georgette?
can hear me.
No, we can hear you now.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, this is crazy.
Can you hear us?
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Now I can, yeah.
Yes.
You can hear me.
I
Yes.
can hear you.
Yeah, I can
Can
hear
you
you.
hear
Brian,
us?
can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Can you hear us?
I don't think she can.
Nobody
Yeah.
seems to be able to hear me. Can you
Oh.
hear
Wait,
me, Linda?
Wave at her. Give her a thumbs up.
Okay.
Thumbs up, thumbs up.
Alan,
I
can you
am.
hear me?
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, my goodness. There's a mute button down in the corner. Has anybody pushed that mute button?
No,
Alan?
no.
No.
It says Georgette, no voice.
Sorry
we
about
can-
this, Brian.
That's all right.
Do you think she'll read the chat if I type it in there? It
Yeah.
says,
Well, I mean, this is simple. I mean, I'll just start. Can I?
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can
Can
hear you.
anybody hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're the
Yes.
only one, Linda.
No,
No.
everybody can.
Nobody else can hear me.
Yes, they
Yes.
can.
You can hear me.
I don't think you can hear
Oh,
us.
my goodness. Alan?
I can hear you.
Oh, my.
I can hear you.
I'm gonna, I wonder if I can reach Amanda. Does anybody know how to get a hold of Amanda on a Saturday?
Let me see.
Oh, this is really stressful.
don't understand.
I had her cell phone, but I don't know if I still have it.
I can't hear anyone.
Yeah, so now we can hear her, but she can't hear us. Oh, boy.
I know, it's before it was the other.
Nobody can hear me and I can't hear anyone. This is crazy.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay.
Read my lips.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wait.
can't find anything in the settings that, I can't find anything in my settings. It's gotta be something on her computer.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Can anybody hear me now?
We can hear
Yes.
you. Yes.
You can. You're the only one.
Yeah.
No, I can hear you.
Nobody else
Nope.
can hear me.
I
Yes,
can hear you.
We can all hear you.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, that's the problem now.
Okay, so she can hear
Can
you.
you, your phone thing is still there. Can you talk through that?
Yes. I am. You can't hear
I
me?
can't, oh my goodness.
It's the internet.
Exit full screen.
Well, anyway, Brian, it sounds like you need to file the form.
Yeah.
That was what I got out of that, but
Be
she
done
said a
with it.
lot more. I
Everyone
just
can
don't know
hear
what.
you, but you can't hear us.
Okay, why don't I
Okay.
just do that and then,
Why can't I hear you guys?
And then we can try to figure this out before the next person.
yeah, there you go.
I
Yeah,
can
What
tell
in the
her
world
that.
happened?
Yeah,
I
tell her
can-
I'm just gonna I'll do the form and then I gotta get
Linda,
another.
you can hear me.
Yep. Yes.
So-
Alan, you can't hear me.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can.
Yes, he can.
Okay,
I
just let
can't
her
hear
know.
anyone.
I'll
Okay.
tell her, Brian, you're gonna file the form, and if there's a real big problem for some reason, we're meeting
Alright.
again on the 20th and hopefully we'll have
Okay.
this all worked out by then.
All right, sounds good.
Okay,
Thank you. Have a
Good
good weekend.
luck.
you too.
All right,
Bye. Okay, well, at least we got that done.
I'm trying to, it says that maybe my software the camera's being affected by antivirus software.
Huh.
So I've got to figure that out.
All right, well, we got 13 minutes, 12 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna try to do it while we're talking here.
All right, so Amanda, I don't know if I have her. Amanda Gibson.
I can't imagine what's going on here.
All right, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut off my
You're not
computer,
muted.
reboot it, and come back into the meeting. Is that all right with you guys?
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Unmute. Oh, press escape, double click, exit. I'm gonna get out and get back in. Okay,
Okay, okay. Oh, now the cat wants to come in.
okay. Can anyone help us here? Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? You can. Brian, can you hear me? I can't hear you, so just thumbs up. Okay. And we are missing, for heaven's sakes, we're missing Alan now, huh? Oops. Oh, this is crazy. We're missing Alan. Can you hear me now, Linda? Okay, Brian, you can hear me? We don't have Alan. Alan, you're not there? Alan is rebooting. Okay. All right. Now Alan's back.
I'm back, but my video is, I don't know why Zoom won't connect. I tried Skype and it works fine. And I go to
Yeah.
Zoom and it won't connect.
I don't know. That's strange.
Yep. So, but I'm on and I can hear and see everything.
Yeah, as long as you can hear. Okay, so Brian, can you hear us? Brian, unmute yourself.
There's a mute button.
Yeah, I see it. Can you unmute yourself? And Linda, you look like you're muted too.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
what is that?
okay. I had to come in on phone because my unmute would not work.
There's
Oh,
some-
okay.
There's got to be something wrong with the platform because too many people are having problems.
I know.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
You
Yep.
can hear me. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
We're hearing you on the phone because the lower left of your video screen shows you're muted.
Yeah,
Right.
I just did that on purpose. I had both of them open and I just did it to see where you were hearing me from, if it was the phone or the computer. So I guess the phone, you can hear me fine.
Right.
Okay.
We have
So I'm
somebody,
going with video on the computer and audio on the phone.
Brian,
That's how I
are you,
got it.
Brian, you're on the phone?
I'm on the phone and video on the iPad.
Okay. That must be who's on the, okay. Did you hear me when I was talking about the personal property declaration,
No,
Brian?
No.
Oh, you
we didn't hear
All right.
any of that.
Well, let me go through it again. I mean, I have the form here. And when you have a business, you need to declare, the things that you use in your business and the personal property declaration. And if you don't, if you don't know what to do or how to do it, go in and talk to Roberta. She'll help you fill it out. If you don't put it in there, she has to make assumptions and she puts a value on it. And that's, you end up, and plus you pay a penalty. Do you hear that, Brian?
Understood.
Huh?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yep.
So now, and it looks like you've been in business since 2007,
Yep.
because she has all these years here, and it looks like you filed.
Way back when.
Yeah, and in 2016, you weren't filing, so that there's a code 25, which is a penalty. So you've been paying a penalty every year for not filing. And you really don't want to do that.
That'll stop.
Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes.
I can.
Yes, we can.
Now, you guys, my board members, according to this, Brian, she's got you down for furniture and fixtures, mechanics, tools, building equipment, supplies, miscellaneous. And you pay a 25% penalty. So no, number 25 is the penalty. So you don't want to do that anymore. You want to make sure you file. Now, what is it? What equipment do you use?
Well, I use
Do you have
two
a computer?
computers.
You
I
have
have
what?
2 computers.
You have 2 computers. Okay.
Both are 6 years old.
Okay.
2 printers.
2 printers.
One is 6 years old and one is 3 years old.
One is new.
One is 3 years old.
Oh, 6 years and 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And you use a phone?
I use 2 computer desks and 2 chairs, of course.
2 desks.
Those are
Start video.
those are
I think
those
you're
are
gonna
8
jump
years
out and
old
jump
each.
back in,
Okay.
And it still isn't.
Twice.
And then your the equipment that you use to do your
Start the video.
building.
Start another video camera in settings.
I don't build anything.
It says Golden Hammer Builders is your business?
What? No, my business is American Dream Unlimited.
Original-
It's an LLC.
All right, I'm looking at the wrong Brian Ruffini.
Yes.
you've got it
Okay, I was looking at Brian Monson. Okay, American Dream. It just goes along with what's been happening all
I
week.
am doing the same thing, Georgia.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't realize, but Brian Maudsley is going to file the form.
It says taxes less. I can stay Maudsley.
All right. So let's go back on. You stopped filing in 2016,
Yes,
because that's when she started adding a penalty.
Guesstimating. Yeah.
Okay. So your computers, she's got $3,457. If I'm reading this right. What value would you put on your computers?
With their age and their original purchase price, the computers and printers aren't worth more than $2,000 at this point.
Okay. And see, there is the form where you can put down, you can list everything you have, what the age of it is and what the original price was, and then, you can work out. So you'd say your computers and printers are like $2,000.
Yes.
yeah,
And you have desks, 2 chairs.
Correct.
Can you put a value on those?
Those were 150 new, and they're 8 years old.
So what would you, for 2 desks and 2 chairs, say 500?
At full value, yeah.
Okay. Let's see, desks and chairs, furniture is number 16. Okay, she valued him at 347. We're talking value, not assessment, okay?
Okay.
So we'll say,
That's probably fair with the age.
okay. Now so the computer and printer, she's got 3457 for the value. So you're saying 2,000.
Yeah,
Okay. Various supplies that you use. What kind of supplies?
Well, I use some paper and ink in my printers. I use packing tape.
What is it? Vacuum?
Packing tape.
Packing tape.
Oh, packing tape. Okay.
Cardboard boxes.
Okay, so supplies would be expense supplies, 23. She's got $666.
Yeah, there's a couple $100 worth of supplies here at any one time.
Okay. And what else do we have here? Supplies. Now, then there's a category that's all other goods. Let me see, 24, all other goods. What do you use in your business? I'm not,
My business is sales of medical equipment,
okay,
and I drop ship. Most of my orders go through the manufacturers, and some orders go directly from here. I have the items shipped to me and I package them and ship them out.
So you don't have
So
inventory.
there isn't a lot of, it's a as needed business. As they need it, I get it and deliver it.
So all others under here is 12,100.
Yeah, that must be what the number was that caught my eye this year.
Why would Roberta have $12,000? What is she basing that on?
Well, I don't know. She makes assumptions on what the business does. I have no idea.
And
But
Brian, you're saying you don't have $12,000 worth of anything.
say that
Well,
again.
I do, but my business is twofold. I sell medical equipment, again, which mostly ships from the manufacturers, but sometimes I bring inventory here and ship it from here. I also have part of the same business is servicing some of the medical equipment that I sell. So I do have some spare parts here, but most of my spare parts are actually inventoried with subcontractors that actually go out and do the service for me. So
Okay.
their inventory is at their locations, but it's mine. But I know Roberta, she would ask that you show proof of that. In other words, she's assuming that your location is the control point. And she's hitting you for that. And once before, I've seen her say, if someone else is holding it, show us that.
We're getting an echo from you, Alan.
Yeah.
It's really hard to,
If we turn the volume down on the iPad, the phone works better. Yeah.
turn the volume down on your iPad. Is that it?
I turned my iPad volume down more than halfway.
All of us are echoing through your phone.
That's probably what it is. It's going through all the devices.
Okay. Back when you were filing, you had a value of 3190 the last time you filed. And then in 2016, it went up to 11,940 when you stopped filing.
Of actual inventory.
And that because you had a penalty of 2390. So that's what drove we can't do anything about the penalty, but if we lower the
No,
value,
I understand that.
if we lower the values, the computer will automatically lower the penalty.
Yeah, it's a percentage. I understand.
Okay.
And if there's someone at the town hall that can help me fill this out, be sure I'll be there to get help.
Well, you call up the town office and you push number 5, and her name is Roberta Doherty. And make an appointment. You'll have to go in, wear a mask, sign in, take your temperature, but she'll be very happy to help you.
Sure.
And then as each year progresses, you can use that form to do the values. And the form actually does have the depreciated value in each one. So it depreciates it too.
Right, and that's certainly some of the things that threw me off.
Yeah, that'll help you. So for the time being,
currently I probably have in actual value, like retail value parts, maybe $8,000 worth of parts here, but unfortunately, a lot of them have obsoleted, so they really don't have any value because the equipment is no longer out there in the field for the parts I have.
Well, board members, we need to decide what we want to do here. Does
Well, what I'm
anyone-
hearing from them, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying we have approximately 8,000 in inventory?
And that might be high, but yeah, I think if I added every nut and bolt,
All right,
that
so
I
to
have.
that, add your printer, your computer, a table and a chair. What would that give you for a number?
Well, he said the computers were 2,000, he would value them at.
Right, that was what is listed on the form, 2,000.
Oh, that's what's listed. Oh, okay.
On the appeal, he says 2,000.
And then the desks and chairs, she has them valued at 347, which doesn't seem excessive.
No. So
No.
you're talking about $10,247.
thereabouts, yeah.
So Linda, how about we make, in Georgette, $10,247 value?
That's fine with me. You want to make a motion?
I'll make a
Fine with me.
motion for
I'll second.
10,247. Linda seconds it. All in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so Alan, wait a minute, I'm writing the minutes. Alan motion. Linda second. And it passed. 10,247. Now, what you will see is an assessment of 70% of them. And that's what you pay their taxes on. And it will,
Okay,
and it will figure out the new penalty because you didn't file. But by all means, it's to your advantage to go in and have her help you. And once you know how to do it, then it's easy to do it every year,
sure.
okay?
Yeah.
Because we want to be fair. Okay, this is Brian Ruffini.
Yes,
We got the right Brian this time.
yeah.
All right. That's very good. So we've settled that one. I will write you a letter stating that we have changed it, the value to 10,247. Whereas her value was, oh, that was an assessment, so 70% was 14,500, so it is lower,
Mhm.
okay?
Very good.
All right, and you'll be getting a letter from me stating that fact, and I let them know what we did too. And please, next year, remember to go file, okay?
You can count on it. Thank
Because
you
we
all for
really
your
don't want
time.
to have you coming every year.
Thank you for putting up with us, Brian.
As much as we like you. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, you all have a good day.
All right, bye,
Thanks.
Brian.
Bye-bye.
And you guys will, you people will shred the tax return that he sent, right?
Oh, he was the one with the tax return?
He's the one with the
He
tax.
was, okay.
Yeah.
And you have something else you're looking at, Georgette, correct?
Well,
and the-
I went down to the town office and she printed out for me the personal property record. I got that for each person.
Okay, that's
And
why
it-
I'm thinking, why do you have all this information that I don't
Yeah.
have?
Well,
But if we were in person, we could all look
I
at
would
it.
be making copies and
Yeah.
send them to you, but for me to scan every one of these and send them all to you, you saw the
Yep,
mess I made out of trying to send you the spreadsheet. All right, so this one's done.
So now I had an IT guy come in while you guys were working on stuff.
Uh-huh.
And apparently my Skype meeting may have overridden Zoom. So the camera is going to Skype. And for that reason, I've got to reassign it. But I
Oh.
can't do it during our meeting.
Okay,
So I brought up a Skype meeting and the camera came right on and,
yeah,
but because I'm using Zoom, it won't pick it up. So I gotta
how
do that
long-
after. I should be able to correct it, but I just can't do it now.
Okay,
Well, we don't have anybody else till 10:30, right?
well, yeah, I'm trying to, where's my, oh, here
I
we
got
go.
Dennis at 10, but he's postponed to the 20th.
Brian Maudsley should have been here at 9.
No, he was. We had him on first.
And we told him to
remember,
go file.
he said he was gonna go file the form. Because he couldn't, we had the problem where we couldn't hear each other.
You were trying to talk to him and read him the property act, but he couldn't hear
Oh.
you.
Oh, okay, that was Brian Maudsley, that's right.
Yes, we did have both Brians here.
Okay, so Brian Maudsley. Yeah, we don't have anybody till 10:30. Brian Maudsley was gonna go file. Okay,
He was gonna go get Roberta's help and file.
Yeah.
okay.
So
I guess I couldn't hear him because I couldn't hear
Well-
anybody.
And I think I told him if there was a problem, we were also meeting on the 20th, so he could come back.
Mhm.
So would it be appropriate to write him a letter saying it's our understanding that he's gonna go talk to Roberta and file the form or something like that? Would that be appropriate?
I'll have to talk to Roberta and see if that's okay. I couldn't hear anything, so I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, there wasn't much. We were just, he
Okay,
got tired of waiting, I think, so I just said, do you wanna just go file the form?
okay, wait a minute. Let me make a note of that.
All right, I'm gonna try to go into my settings and
Go
reset the
ahead.
camera.
Yeah, go ahead and then come back on.
Yeah, and I'll be coming back up. All right, bye.
Stop my video for a few.
No, I see Amanda's picture.
That's me. When you see Amanda, it's just because
Oh,
I
that's-
turned my
Oh,
video
now
off.
I get it. Okay, because I see you
Yeah.
and I see her. Okay.
She must be the face of the Andover Town Hall because I'm using the Andover Town Hall address and login. That's what she told me to do.
Mhm.
But then I'm also using my phone. So that's why you see me and the town hall. I'm on it twice.
I'm just making notes for the minutes.
Okay, that's fine. I just turned my video off because I was gonna go get a cup of coffee and come back and all that. So that's why you see Amanda now, because I turned my video off.
All right. Brian Ruffini. Oh, of course.
Hello?
Hi there.
Ah, I fixed it.
Very good.
Yay, we can see you now.
I know, I know. Well, I still can't, you're still on the phone?
I'm on both.
Oh, okay.
I decided not to play around with it, so I'm here too.
Okay.
I'm here too.
Oh, there she
Oh,
is.
hello.
All
I've
right.
been here. I just figured I'd keep the audio and video off while we were waiting. So I'm here, just sitting at the
Okay.
computer, doing other stuff.
How many more we have this morning?
Just two, right?
Just two.
We have Ken Sklodowski and Vince Grimaldi.
Grimaldi.
Now,
All
Ken
right.
Sklodowski, we have to make decisions on 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020.
2020,
wondering
throw
why you-
2020 out. I don't think want to hear that.
I know.
I was
Uh,
wondering why you sent us all those years. I didn't realize that we had to do all those years.
Well, I just found that out this week. This is all new to me because I've not dealt with all this kind of thing ever in any of the years that I've been on this board, so I should have known better. Okay,
Well, wait till next year. Is it next year gonna be,
yeah, we're gonna have a lot of real estate. I remember some years back, my first time on the board, we had a reval and we had, I think it was 48 appeals.
uh,
Yeah, we had to go. Thank God that we had Julia Havro as the chairman because she knows a lot about real estate and stuff.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
When do you have to recluse yourself? In other words, if you know someone personally as a friend, do you recluse yourself from that?
I would recuse myself if they wanted me to. Like when Dennis comes on,
Right.
he used to be on the Board of Finance when I was chairman. And I will ask him if he wants me to recuse myself.
Okay.
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 So, I mean, we're not friends or anything, but he was on the board.
Right. You
And
could
so-
infer,
Right.
infer a connection.
Right.
Right.
So.
Okay. So
I mean,
just
I don't-
ask you ask the participant then how they
Right.
feel.
Exactly. It's up to them. If they feel comfortable with me being on it, I had somebody come to me that had sued me. And he came for an appeal for real estate. And I said to him, do you want me to recuse myself? He said, no. So he owns the little rental property across the street. And he sued us to stop us from doing the addition when I wanted to bring my 92-year-old mother to come live with us, or 91, whatever she was. And he filed, and he did it pro se. So it cost him nothing, but it cost us a lot, you know.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah. And then we lost. So, you know, but I asked him because, I mean, I'm not vindictive, but if he wanted me to recuse myself, I would have.
Right.
I mean, I'd want to go up and slap him, but I wouldn't touch anything as far as legal, you know. So this, we're going to have to go through and look at all the stuff from Kent. I don't know. Did he give you, I don't remember if, I'm trying to think if you had copies of everything.
I don't have any, but is Ken Slodowski up next?
Yes.
He is, yeah. He's up.
So
at
for
20.
all the years that you sent, 17, 18, 19, and 20, we have to do each one of them.
Each one of them, yeah. And the 20, he didn't file an appeal for the 20, but Roberta said we really should take that into consideration because if his taxes went down, he wouldn't get a notice. You know, it's only when they go up, I guess. So she
Okay.
said you should ask them if they want to also appeal 20, even though he hasn't got one in there for 20. He's got one in here for 2019, 2018, and 2017. Yeah, you must have gotten these because I think,
I got them, if I got them by an email, but I didn't print anything.
oh, okay, all
I
right,
ran out of paper.
okay. I went down to the town office and got some paper and envelopes because I used all my own,
Right.
to go and do all this. But he does, he has one, he doesn't have one for the 20th, so we will include that if he wants us to. I luckily can, I'm close enough to go down to the town office and get information and try to understand how to do this.
So the vehicle is a 2003 Ford Explorer.
Yes. And
So- so
Roberta
checking-
was able to get me the VIN number and all
Nice.
that because she had a motor vehicle record from the last time that it was actually registered. So I'm trying to see where the date is here. And so that I was able to actually get a better, idea of what it would have been worth otherwise in the NADA books, because that's what they go by. I don't know why she uses clean retail, but for unregistered, but that's her prerogative. It's not, for a regular vehicle, if they don't come down and register it, come down and pay their taxes, she can look up what its value is, but like when people come to us because they think it's too high, even though it's registered, they somehow always use the clean retail, and I just don't know why they would do the same for an unregistered vehicle.
Yeah, and I gotta wonder, I tell you, I went to, I drive down Route 6, I turn my head and I see numerous unregistered vehicles at one house.
Yeah,
And I often wonder, are those accounted for or not? But you would
I don't-
have to get the address and go look, and that's how it works, right?
yeah. If they had it registered at one time in the town and then it doesn't show up on the tax rolls or whatever, she knows that they've unregistered it. So in my case with the 1947 Jeep that my husband used to race, we had a neighbor who got mad at me because I wouldn't gang up on the one neighbor in between us. She was one of those that liked to gang up on people. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. And so she reported to the town office that we had, or the assessor's office, that we had an unregistered vehicle in the garage. Well, I didn't know you had to file a personal property. This was years ago. And I knew the gal in the assistant assessor at the time, and she called me up. She says, you have a 1940s, you have an old Jeep in your garage? I said, yeah. She said, it's not registered. I said, no, it doesn't run. It's not registered. Nothing, it hasn't been, because I broke it. He wanted me to race it one time and I broke it. So that's another story. And so she said, well, you're supposed to come down and file personal property. I said, really? She said, yeah. So I went down and I, got the paperwork, and he paid $300 for it. And yet the value of it can't be below 500 because that's what this town is set at.
And I guess one of the things I don't understand, and I gotta ask because I don't know, is if it had no engine, it's still $500. If it has no axles, it's still $500.
I would assume so. I
Yeah,
bought
someone told me if you have the parts of a vehicle,
yeah.
it's considered a vehicle as long as the frame is intact.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I can't,
So, if your husband were to take both axles off and the engine out and the frame is there, they still want $500 for it. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never asked that part. I've often asked, how come you don't tax my picnic table?
Yeah.
It's personal property. I thought, holy smoke, are they going to come in and start doing that with the furniture?
Well, what I was told, and I asked that question, is as
Yeah.
long as your personal belongings are under 40,000.
Oh,
If you have like a high value jewelry collection worth 200,000,
yeah.
you're supposed to declare that because it's over 40.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it really, and it's incumbent on you because they're not going to search your house. So they're basically, it's an honor
Right.
roll system. They
Yeah.
call your name and they say, well, what do you have? And Georgette says, well, I don't have anything over 40,000. And
Oh,
that's,
okay.
that's it.
Yeah, well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Me neither.
I have a Aunt Jemima flower bag. That's gonna be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be. I know when we took that class,
Oh, yeah, and yeah,
we found out that the assessor is the one that sets the minimum,
yeah,
which
Oh.
is 500.
Yeah.
Some years ago, I didn't know that, and some years ago, I think it's, I'm trying to think, I think it's a Scott's Tree Farm. They have an old farm truck
Yeah.
that they only use on the property. And we lowered the value to something like 300. Well, we can't do that. 500 is the value, and then you take the 70% of that. So,
and I would think reasonably 200 would be an appropriate value for a frame with no engine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah,
Someone could just be an antique buff and is stripping something off of it, and they're gonna, that 500 just seems way excessive.
yeah.
It does.
It's up to the assessor.
Yeah, well, I won't comment.
Okay. By not commenting, you're commenting. Okay, so we're gonna have to, he should be coming on pretty soon. What I'm told is, I guess he mentioned to Roberta that he uses this for plowing. So it does run.
Okay.
It has a value of some kind. He wanted us to lower it to the 20-year. Well, it's not 20 years old yet. It won't be till 2023. But according to his paperwork, the assessor valued it at $37.60. And there's a lot of paperwork here.
And 3760 is the 2019 value?
Is the what?
Is that,
Yeah, according to the 2019 one, he said that the assessor valued it at $37.60.
so he's saying it's above clean retail. The assessor's saying it's over, because 3625 is clean retail in 2019.
Right.
So
Yep.
he's saying it's even better than clean retail.
I don't know where he came up with that figure. That's the only thing. I was trying to find. Now on the grand list, in 2017, it was 3010. In 2018, it was 2750. In 2019, it was 2540. And in 2020, it was 2310. I'm trying to find where he came up with the 3760.
Yeah, because in 2018, he valued it at less than clean retail. And then in 19, he went above clean retail.
Yeah. Let me see here.
You know, so I kind of like use a descriptor. I mean, if he thinks it's above clean retail, that's, and that's what he's calling it. Well, why wasn't it above clean retail in 2018?
Oh, you mean, Roberta, yeah, okay. When you guys say, I thought you meant Sklodowski, but you mean.
Yeah.
The assessor.
Yeah, she does all this work, though. She
Yeah,
does it.
so the assessor's saying it's above clean retail, but a year ago it wasn't. So has he done work to it?
I don't know that, but I'm still trying to figure out where he got where Kenneth got the 3760. That's what he put on the thing, but
It's on the 2018 tax bill as the net assessment, 3760.
And in 2000,
2018, okay. Okay, I see it, yeah.
2018, clean retail is 39.25.
2018, right. All right, there it is.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's under, it's over, it's under, it's over. I would
You
think.
know
if
what she does?
add-
She adds I think she adds like 10% to it every year if he doesn't file. I think she mentioned that. I'm not positive, but I think she mentioned that.
So he has never filed for it anyway, is what you're saying?
I'm trying to think, let me see. It was registered at one time. At least I thought it was.
So it's not registered now? He just uses it to plow?
Yep. Okay, here we are. I have a motor vehicle record from 2003. And this is personal property. Okay. It was valued, the net value was 3870 in 2003. According to the motor vehicle record now.
3870 in 2003? Because isn't
Yeah,
it a 2003 vehicle?
No,
It's a
no,
two-
I'm sorry. In the 2003 vehicle
Okay.
it was registered.
I was gonna say, it should have been brand new in
There's
2003.
so much paper here. I'm so confused. 3870 was the net assessment. What year was this? Let me think here. I don't see what year this was. That's the last time it was registered was 2003, according to this paperwork. Assessment year is 2013,
Okay.
and it was valued at 3870, but it was 10 years old at that time. And it was registered, so.
So let me see, I'm gonna write this down. So you're saying this 2003, in 2013 was 3,000, how much?
Net assessment was 3870.
3870,
It was
All
a
right.
In
10-year-old.
2013.
right.
It's
And
10
that-
years.
And 10 years later, or 8?
Well, that's the assessed, wait a minute, value
Okay.
3870 net value. It's funny. Because it's got value 3870, net value 3870, net assessment 3870. That doesn't make sense.
That does not make sense because it's supposed to be, what, 70% of value?
70%, yeah.
Right.
All right, so let's jump to 2019. And what's the value? 39?
Let me see, 2019. She wrote, well, she didn't put a number on that. 2019, let's see what I have for. Everything is coded, it's driving me crazy. 2019, he says that she had a value of 3760.
3760, 6 years later.
Now, on the net assessment for 2019, it says 3440, right?
Say that again?
On the
tax
tax
record?
bill. Yep, I'm looking at the tax bill that's with the appeal. It says net assessment 3440 for the 2019 tax bill.
2019, hold on. I've got 3180, wait a minute. October 1st, 2019. I have 3180. What did you
Oh,
say?
This is, says personal property tax bill 2019. 3440 net assessment. It's with something that he gave us.
Okay,
And you're saying Roberta said it's not that?
Well, that's the tax bill.
Yeah, which is pretty evident.
So that's what they
oh,
said.
that's, okay, tax bill
Yeah,
2000, oh, I see it, okay. It's on
Yeah.
the grand list as of 2018, so that's 3440, right?
Yeah.
That's the last one. 2019. Okay, and then we got a tax for 2018 is 3760. So 2000, let me go back here. And that's the assessment, not the
Right.
value. So that's
Right.
70%.
All right, so let me ask you this to clarify. So you're saying 2019, the number at 70% was what?
3440.
40.
3640.
3440.
3440 represents 70% in 2019.
That's what an assessment is 70%.
Yeah, I understand that, but at some point I thought, so you're talking another three. So you're talking, it was like $3,800.
Yeah, probably. Now the tax bill for 2018 shows a net assessment of 3760. And Tom and Vandover tax information assessment for 2019? No. This is a different statement here. 2021.
So the big questions I have is how much work was done to the vehicle to make it go up so much? Was it painted? Was a new engine put in? I mean,
I don't know. Wait, he says it's
I understand it's unregistered.
yeah, he said it's damaged, rusted, infested with mice. We have somebody else on the line now. Is this Kenneth Sklodowski?
Yes.
It's muted.
Unmute yourself, Kenneth. Hello, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. I was trying to call in.
Okay, we were going over your tax bills here.
Okay.
Now, I
I wasn't sure if
understand
you're talking about me yet. Sorry about
No.
Oh,
that.
we are. Your ears should be ringing.
we're talking.
There we go. Let me get this. There we go.
Let's see now.
Can
So,
you explain to us what your appeal is exactly?
yeah, so what happened was I was unaware that I needed to declare a vehicle that was no longer registered. It was discovered by the town, totally fine by mistake. And what happened was when it was assessed at a grossly over-evaluated assessment. The vehicle is not roadworthy. It is rusted, is infested with rodents. I have pictures I can show you.
I'd like to see them.
Yeah, I can share
You
them.
use it for plowing, right?
I use it only to plow the property.
Your own yard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
18 years old. It's within 2 years of being the 20-year
Antique.
I guess grandfathered piece where it's a lower evaluation. And so what they did is they gave the NADA value. I went and I checked the Kelley Blue Book value, and the Kelley Blue Book value, I mean, the lowest valuation on there is fair. Really, this is a poor value vehicle. And they had it as valued somewhere between $322 and $977 under Kelley Blue Book. And let me just minimize this and see if I can share.
Yeah, I went into the NADA books too for 2017 through 2020.
All right, let me see. How can I share that?
Have you painted it? Have you put a new engine in it?
I've done nothing to it. The only thing I did was fix the brake line. You can't, the rear doors are rusted shut. You can't open them. The hood doesn't close because the latch is rusted. It's It's effectively, its only use is to plow my driveway. I have a 480-foot driveway. It's impossible to shovel it. For me to get in and out, I have to plow it.
And you're saying that if you tried to register, it wouldn't pass
There's
inspection?
no way this thing would pass.
Okay, you've put in, for 3 years, for 17, 18, and 19.
Yeah, and actually,
You
it
might want
was,
us to do 20 as well.
yes, I do. I just don't know. I didn't know if I could because I haven't been billed yet.
Well, you wouldn't get a notice if it went down. You'd only get a notice if it went up. So she asked me to, the assistant assessor said, while you're at it, ask him if he wants to do 20 as well. So I'm assuming we can.
Oh, great. Yes, I would like to do that.
Okay.
So there's an assumption going on. We've been discussing this assumption. When the assistant assessor, Roberta, looked at this, she's assigning clean retail, which
Yeah.
basically is a registerable vehicle. So it's unregistered, but for her purposes, she's saying you could register it clean retail. So
No.
you're saying it's not registerable. So my comment to the board was, I'd like to see what it looked like, because we had a similar vehicle come before us. Remember Carol's truck?
Yep.
It came before us and she brought it into us and we looked at it and the rails were all rusted through.
Oh,
the-
I have, yeah.
The
Go ahead.
fenders were gone. I mean, we ended up by putting a value because it had a strong engine, good tires, et cetera. But she should be getting stopped every day and getting a ticket for driving this thing,
Mm.
you know, and you can't even register yours.
Yeah, it would be impossible. I have pictures, but the sharing option on this is turned off.
Yep, okay.
Can somebody turn on the sharing option, I can share pictures.
There's a
Let
sh-
me see if I can figure that out.
So when I click the share screen, it says host disabled participant screen sharing. I can email them to you.
Did that change anything?
Let me see. Yes, okay. There's my desktop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can you see the rusted out
We can't,
pieces of this vehicle? All right, that's
it
one.
hasn't come up yet.
All right, let me,
We have a screen, like a computer screen, but no
It's
picture.
showing a Windows format
Right.
in blue.
you're not able to see this picture?
No,
Hold on. Let me go back to. It's showing on mine. Oh, add to. It's not gonna work. My apologies. I am not sure how it's. Let me see if I'm afraid I'm going to close out the whole session. Let me see what happens. Okay, when I do that. All right. So let me try going back into. So you can't see these pictures that I have up at the moment.
no.
No.
So we have the Windows blue screen, and then to the right, there's a bar, and it
Okay.
says Creative Park Premium.
Let me see. Did you see that picture I just loaded onto the desktop?
No,
No.
No,
All right. Let me go back into share and see if I can share something else here.
It says you are viewing Brandy's screen.
Yeah. Same
yes,
as my wife.
we are viewing Brandy's screen.
Okay.
But there's no pictures on that screen.
Yeah, I'm seeing them. So you are screen sharing. New share. Let me try this here. Let's try. Here we go. Can you see that?
oh,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
Alright.
very big, but yes.
Yeah. So can you see if I blow it up? Can you see that?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So this is the condition of the vehicle. That's the back side of it. me see if I can escape out of that. Was that one? This is the front showing that you cannot close the hood.
Yeah,
Okay,
This is underneath the hood and you can see the damage from the rodents. They literally are chewing the stuff out of the inside of it. I mean, I've done everything I can to try and keep, you see this here, this is a shut off switch. I have to shut, there's a short in the line. I have to turn off the terminal or it kills my battery in a matter of a day.
mhm,
Here's some rust damage viewing so you can get an idea of the rust damage. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
see that.
mhm.
that's excessive. They wouldn't pass that onto the road.
Yeah,
No,
they wouldn't. And then here is just
the
information
identity.
showing it is a 2003 Explorer.
yeah,
And then here's a screenshot of the blue book that I was referencing here, showing that they show a trade-in value around 322 to 977, and you can't go any lower than fair on this. There's also exhaust problems with it it's just a little bit loud when I plow, but I can't, I can't get it on the road to get it over to get it repaired, the exhaust piece, but it's definitely not roadworthy, and it's a glorified snow shovel is what it is.
What would you pay for it if you were buying it?
If I were to buy this,
Honest answer.
I honestly, I wish you could experience the sitting in it, because I can't plow without rolling down the windows. It smells of mouse urine. I'm sorry to describe that to you. I probably wouldn't buy this, but I own it. And I wouldn't get rid of it. The only value it has to me is, when I sit in it just to plow my driveway.
No, it's like a snow blower. It's like a $500 snow blower.
If that, yeah, maybe a couple $100, but that's about it. Because really, there's more liability than value to it, because I'm constantly doing repair work on the battery. You could see I had to make customizations on the battery, and we had to replace the brake line and.
But you got a plow on it, and that's got to be worth $300. just to
Yeah,
wrap.
yeah, I would say $300 to $400 is a fair value.
Yeah. So, I mean, Georgette and Linda, I'm thinking in my mind, the lowest we can go is 500.
Right,
I would be good with 500, to be honest.
I agree.
okay, now, that's 2020, correct? Let's do each
Yeah,
year.
that would be as is now.
Okay,
I can't go back to 19 or 18, but as is now, that's a $500 vehicle.
okay.
I agree.
2020. So you want to make a motion to value it at 500?
I make a motion that this vehicle, as presented to us today with these pictures, is a $500 vehicle, including plow.
I
Okay.
will agree. I'll second that.
Okay, so Alan motion and Linda second. Okay,
And that's the
500.
lowest we can go, Ken, is 500.
it is.
I understand that, and that's
Okay.
acceptable. I understand my responsibility as a citizen of the town of Andover. I need to pay my taxes, but
Yeah,
I just want to go back to, so I've already paid $200.68 on the taxes of this vehicle to bring them current. Still outstanding is $250.26 worth of taxes. So you add those together, that's $450 worth of property taxes on a vehicle that we just agreed is worth $500.
I know, but there's got to be a penalty in there because you hadn't paid
there
it.
is a penalty. If you don't file, you're going to pay 25%.
Yeah, 25% is still much lower than the 400.
Yeah, and there's nothing we can do about penalties.
No, I understand that. So
So,
my question is, the valuation, this damage and this rust happened over time. Can we take that valuation back to the retro taxes that I was assessed? Because I had not known about this, that I needed to, and I'm okay paying the 25% over, but the valuation for the 17, 18, and 19 taxes as well, this vehicle was not worth $3,700 in 2017.
well, we need to vote on the motion for the 2020 value of 500 before we go any further.
Okay,
All right, let's do that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so that passed.
thank you.
Now, you're looking to get some refund from past taxes, is that it?
I'm not asking for that.
We
I'm just
can't do that
asking
anymore.
for a fair valuation for the years of 17, 18, and 19 as well. I literally just got this bill in December. I paid it at the end of January, what needed to be paid. I wasn't unable to appeal before the taxes were due. So I had to pay them. Like I said, I paid 2019, I paid $31 worth of, I paid what was due, 31 for 19, $77.34 for 18, and 92.06 for 2017. I'm not asking for any refunds. I'm just asking for a fair valuation for those 3 years as well.
All right, so my take on it, guys, would be that I don't see the preceding years being higher. I don't, because if I could, I would go
Right.
lower now. And
Mhm.
having said that, preceding years, I would be fine with going back to 17, 18, and 19, saying the same thing, that we would have minimized it to a $500 vehicle back then anyway.
If you want to make that motion, we can.
I,
vote.
I make a motion that we accept 17, 18, and 19 as the vehicle with plow being worth the minimum $500 value.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Aye. It's passed, so we're going to value those past years. At
the
500.
lowest we can go by law is $500.
Right,
And
So
I'm
we're
okay
saying
with that.
that from 17,
understand
18,
that.
19, and 20, you have less than a 500, but by law, we can
Sure.
only say 500.
well, it's
That-
by
that is
town.
fair. I'm okay with that.
There are towns that set it lower, but our town has it at 500,
Which
Okay,
is, the
Okay.
tax assessor sets the lowest value.
right?
okay. Well,
And I
that's,
know what you're going through. I have a 47 Jeep that doesn't run and wasn't registered and all that stuff in the garage, and I didn't know.
And
yeah,
she
now I
pays
file
$500.
And it's what, we paid 300 for it, but it's valued at 500, and I go and I file every year, so I don't get a penalty,
yeah.
okay?
And my understanding from the conversation I had with the department was that at age 20 years, that the tax drops to something like $20 a year after that. So
I don't
the
know.
age of the vehicle does, that's what I was told
Yeah,
by the person I spoke to. So I'm only 2 years away from that, so.
yeah, you better reaffirm that, because I don't know anything about that. They have never told us that.
Oh, well, that was what my understanding was of the conversation I had.
So you
so I
talked with
will.
Roberta
Thank you.
probably, right? You talked with Roberta? Or did you talk to John?
I did not speak with John, so it was a woman. I did not record her name.
Her name
Roberta.
is Roberta. She's the assistant assessor.
Got it.
So,
So she-
yeah, check that out to be sure, because nobody's ever told us that. And our Jeep is more than 20 years old.
Yeah, so I will check into that. Thank
Okay,
you, and I'll check back with Roberta on that.
okay.
All right,
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate everybody's assistance today.
yep,
Thank you.
no problem.
Don't pay any more penalties.
Oh, yeah, I won't.
Okay.
Now I know. I'm gonna declare it. And I know,
All right.
I'll
Copy- Keep a copy every year and just copy it,
yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Perfect.
take
Thank
care.
you so much.
Thank
Have a
you,
great
Ken.
weekend. Yep, bye.
You too.
How do I get out of here?
Good question.
Right. So stop share. Here we go. And there.
Now the next one is Grimaldi.
So much fun.
Yeah, 11 o'clock. Is it 11 yet? Not quite.
10:46.
Okay. Well, that's good. We've got these out of the way. I can't even sleep at night without dreaming about this stuff. It drives me, nuts.
Oh, you poor girl.
Honest to God, it's awful.
Yeah, if you're dreaming about it, yeah, I agree.
Whatever's on my mind, I dream about. And this is on my mind way more than I want it to be. I have copies of all these forms. I know you can't see them, but there's detailed itemized list that they can put a description of the item, the date it was acquired, how much it cost, which helps them when they sit down and try to determine how to fill out the form. And Roberta says she's very happy to help people with it if they just come in. And sometimes the only reason that she knows they have a business is because they file with the Secretary of the State for their LLC, but they don't declare having a business in town and all that. Their equipment is all personal property. They probably don't know.
Where do you get this form anyway? Do you get it from Roberta? I tried
Oh, yeah,
looking
you
on
get
the,
it from Roberta. Yeah,
okay, so it's not on the website, because I
it is
tried
on the
looking.
website. It
It is.
actually is on the website.
I just couldn't find it.
Because Roberta gave me a list of the forms that are on the website, if I can just find that piece of paper. Hold on.
I don't need it. I was just curious, as to what the
Yeah.
form looked like, and I figured I'd look for it, but I couldn't find it.
She did give me a list of all the forms that are on the BAA. You have to go to the BAA portion of the website.
So now what do we have coming up?
We have Vincent Grimaldi. He's appealing the cost of his property, the value of his property, but oh, this is Dennis. I gotta put that aside.
Yeah, that's what I had up next, but Dennis is on the 20th.
He owns the big house on, is it Lakeside Drive? Around the curve or Lake Road? I can't, wait a minute. It's Lake Road, 353 Lake Road. And it's, if you're heading towards Merritt Valley, it would be on the right. And you go up and there's a big house there, and he has evidently more land besides that, another building lot. And I went down and got his what they call card, the picture and all the information on the house that he has there and the lot, plus the building lot. And he's got 17 acres
Is it in
besides the
forestry?
regular building lot.
Oh, 17 acres, one building lot?
He's got the building lot plus an extra 17 acres.
And it's not in forestry?
No,
Wow.
nope, he's not claiming that. He's just saying they're overvaluing the property.
Property.
And I mean, a building lot is 0.92 acres. And the value of that land is 82,500. That's automatic everywhere. On every one that you have 0.92 for a building lot, it's 82.5 for the value of the land.
That's reasonable.
And he's got another 17 acres besides that, and it's valued at 23.9. So,
That's
I
reasonable.
mean, I just don't see why he thinks it should be less.
Right. And I would say, I mean, I'd buy 17 acres for that, 23.
Yeah, and the value of and he's already got plans for a building on it. I wish I could show you these, but I can't. He's already got, like plans for building on it with all the particulars. So
My
I don't-
nephew just paid $6,000 for 2 acres.
Yeah,
And you can't build on it. It was, it didn't qualify because of wetland.
oh, okay.
So.
His
I
is up
mean,
high, so I doubt there's any wetlands on there.
Right.
It's across from the lake. I was wondering why they had 2 mailboxes. Because there's only one house, but now I see why. It's because he has a whole plans for putting a house on there. So I don't, I personally think that it's fair.
It sounds fair unless he presents something that's outside the boundary.
I
Right.
mean, if he's got it, if he wants to put it in some kind of special, like you say, wooded land or farm
Forestry.
or, yeah, but he's looking It's a building lot because he's got plans already to build a house there.
Right, right.
So I don't see that it's excessive. But again, we need to wait for him to come and make his plea. Estimate of value of the property being appealed, 75,000. The assessed value,
74.5.
is 74.5, right? The appraised value is 1064. So I think it's fair, but that's me. He needs to show me where it's not.
You guys get your shots yet?
We were able to get both of ours because well, I'm almost 80, but he is 82, so
Did you have any reaction to the second one?
sore arm.
I had a sore arm for
That's
the
it?
first one.
The second one, the arm wasn't as sore for as long. I mean, for the first one, it was sore the next day all day, but for the second one, it was minimal.
Good, that's what I'm hoping for.
Piece of cake. Yeah,
I'm waiting to hear back from UConn. They might be able to give me one next Thursday,
oh, that'll be nice. Yeah.
but we'll see. Because I just became eligible this week.
Oh, good.
Oh,
And
you
it's hard to-
youngsters.
It's
Yeah.
hard to get an appointment anywhere, but UConn is giving them to employees, so.
Yeah. I have a granddaughter who is extremely preemie. She went down to 1 pound, 14 ounces some years ago. But anyway, she works in a daycare and she's in her mid-20s. And every time she gets a flu shot, which she had to get because she works in a daycare, she gets the flu. So she's very scared of getting this vaccine because she's
Yeah.
afraid it will. I mean, she seems healthy otherwise, but she just maybe, reacts differently than
Right.
somebody, but hopefully now my daughter was telling me that I guess way back in November, both of her daughters ended up getting sick and they think they might have had the virus. So I told them to go there. There's a place called Collaborative Lab. And I think they have a place in Manchester too. They have them several places, but they do the testing of the blood to see if you have the antibodies. Because I needed to get a test for a procedure, but it's the nose swab thing. And so I made an appointment with them and then I called up to make sure they do it. She said, no, we only do the blood test. So I
If
told my
you-
daughter to look it up.
If you donate blood,
Yeah,
they test it, because I've donated blood 3 times in the past year,
yeah.
and they've tested every time for antibodies. I haven't had them yet, so.
Well, I can't donate blood anymore because I have an autoimmune disease and have to go get an infusion every 8 weeks. So I got up
yeah.
to 11.5 gallons and then I couldn't donate anymore.
Oh,
So I used to work in the Gold Building and the Red Cross Center was right down the street. So they would call me up every 8 weeks. Come on.
Oh,
down,
yeah.
give me blood."
Yep.
Yeah.
they do the same to me.
Yeah, so I really regret that I can't give any more, but I can't, so. Now, we're gonna have to hear that Jason Salisbury on the 20th.
Okay,
He's the one that didn't use the form and I was told by mistake that John said, we don't have to hear it, but that's not what he was talking about another case. And it had nothing to do with this one, so. I guess Caroline knows him and she said, he's gonna sue if you don't. So I said, okay, fine, the way the law is, it's put all this information in the form, not necessarily on the form. So.
So as long as he addressed every point.
Right, and he
Okay.
did yeah, somewhat, he did. But he didn't give me his phone number, didn't give me email address, nothing, but Carol knows him, so she got in touch with him and got permission to give me his email address. But he's got two. He's got, one is his business and one is an unregistered vehicle, but he didn't give me any information on the vehicle. I don't know what make, what model, what year, what condition, nothing. So I'm
You're gonna-
going to email him.
Yeah, because you're gonna need that to
Oh,
get the
yeah.
NADA.
Right. I mean, I have the thing from the personal property record from the assessor's office. And he's evidently been in business since he has an LLC. And he's been in business since 2015. But has never filed personal property. So, oh, wait a minute, maybe it's 2009. Yeah, oh no, that's the unregistered vehicle. Okay, but it doesn't say what it is. No, well, anyway, I'm gonna email him and say, I need that information or we can't review your vehicle, so.
Right.
Other than that, and then we'll hear Dennis's on the same day.
He's also got a Jeep, right?
Dennis has a 2001 Jeep, I think, right?
And
Yeah,
didn't
2001
he
Jeep
junk
Cherokee.
it?
He junked it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
I don't see that it's, it's probably gonna be the same type of deal. He gave it to the junkyard and got $125 for it, so. I guess he had called Roberta to ask her how to report this or whatever, and she said, well, now that you told me, I gotta go back all the years that you didn't file. So there we are.
Yep.
I guess it's better to ask forgiveness and permission. I don't know.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I had a vice president at Travelers that named Jimmy Sugahara that took me to lunch after I passed a bunch of tests. And he's the one that told me that. Better to ask for permission, for forgiveness than permission. I never forgot it.
Yep.
So, all right, we have Mr. Grimaldi on. Can you hear us, Mr. Grimaldi?
Yes, we can.
Okay, there you are. And your appeal, it says that the estimated value of the property being appealed is 75,000.
Yes,
You think that's what it's worth, or is that what you're saying? You think it's worth 75, or it's
yeah,
not?
that's what I'm saying, yes.
Well, you have a building lot, correct?
Yes, I do.
And the other house and lot that you have, 0.92 acres is the building lot, and that's valued at 82.5 for the land.
Mhm.
And then another 4,400 for the extra 3 acres. And this piece of property has 0.92 acres valued at 82.5, the same thing.
Mhm.
And then you have 17 acres in addition for 23.9. So you're thinking the total value of your property should be 75,000 as opposed to the one.
No, what I'm talking about is the actual building lot, the 0.92 acres. You guys are assessing that at 82.5.
And that's standard.
Yeah, and it's wrong. It should be wrong, okay?
Why?
There's several lots in the area that are selling for under $80,000, some quite a bit under 80,000. Again, you're valuing this building lot at 82.5, yet you can't buy an entire lot, approved building lot, for under 80,000. There's several of them available. I think that it's very excessive, and it's supposed to be the value of the property is what you're supposed to be basing it on.
Generally, if you look at all the different pieces of property in town, you'll find 0.92 acres of a building lot are the same value. They value them the same if it's a building lot.
And how can they be selling for less than that?
Well, whatever somebody sells something for doesn't necessarily mean that's what the town values it at, you know what I mean? I could
Oh,
have,
yeah,
a-
I know.
I
Yeah,
could
I know
have
that.
something, a lot, building lot that the town values at 82.5, but I want to get rid of it, so I only ask for 75. So
Yeah,
you,
no, if they can't sell it for 75, then it's not worth 75.
well,
And that's my whole point, okay? I have several here in the area. One of them right down the road here
mhm,
that, you know, and that's the entire lot, including not just the building, the 0.92 acre building portion of it. I'm talking about the entire lot that they can't sell for 75,000. Yet you're valuing it at 82.5. That's my whole point. Okay, that value, this you know, assessment that you come up with is supposed to be based on the value of the property, the estimated worth of the property, and it's very high. You guys are estimating it very high.
Georgette,
My
can I
whole-
ask a
my whole
question?
point, My whole
Sure.
thing.
sure,
So the minimum value that you're espousing is actually set by John, correct?
yes, as far as I know. I mean, it's always been that way, you know, for that particular size approved lot. It's 82.5.
And the last time that the assigned value was revisited, do you know that?
No.
I
don't.
mean, back in its heyday, the gentleman would be correct. The value of the land was probably higher when property values were going higher.
Mhm.
But I just wondering if John has visited condition and values now in 2020 at all. I don't know.
Have you talked to the assessor at all, Vincent?
No, I have not.
Because all I can say is, you know, I don't know if he sets the value or I'm not sure how that's done, but
But what we can give you some history. We just did motor vehicles before you. And he sets minimum values on any motor vehicle, registered, unregistered. The least amount of money he places is 500. We can't go below 500 because that's the value he set. And it appears as though that's what's happening with the building lot. He has set a minimum value on a building lot, and we can't go below that if that's what his minimum was set at.
John has a history of overvaluing, okay? He used to assess my car the same way, and I had a problem with that. He assessed the house, I mean, now the same way, I had a problem with that. Took the town to court. He ended up lowering his assessment. So you're telling me that John is the guy setting it. Well, John is setting it too high. That's my point.
we
You
can't,
can't set it, you can't set a piece of property and say it's worth 82, assess it at 82.5, and you can't even sell it for 80,000. It doesn't make sense.
Correct. I do
I'm talking about the
understand.
entire lot, not just the 0.92 acres. So
Right.
that's the point I'm trying to make.
So, Georgette,
yes,
can we defer this gentleman's answer to the 20th? And between now and then, ask the assessor if we're allowed to go lower than his assigned value?
I know we're not.
You're sure of that?
We're not, yeah. Yeah. In dealing with land in the prior times that I've been on this board, and especially like with Julia Haverhill, who's very accomplished when it comes to real estate and land. She used to own all that land up on Long Hill that all got developed. We were not allowed to alter that. But the rest of it is 23.9 for 17 acres. I mean, I suppose we could alter that if we wanted to, but I don't see that that's overvalued.
Quite frankly, that's a whole other issue. I believe it is overvalued. You guys are charging $1,400 per acre of undeveloped, unapproved land, just raw land, basically. I find that excessively high too. The only problem with that is I have no way to you know, to come up with any kind of value for that, because there's, you know, you charge the same amount for every piece of unvacant land, and it's based per acre.
Well, your total assessment for the whole thing is 74.5,
Right.
and that's what you would be taxed on. I don't see that we have much leeway here. I can go and ask him again, but I think he sets a value for the 0.92 amount of a building lot, just like he sets the value of a motor vehicle, registered or unregistered, running or not, at 5,000. I mean 500. I don't have the authority. Or
Right.
we don't have the authority.
We don't have the authority to go below his number, I know.
I mean, when you build a house on it, and you have plans to build already in here, huh? And when that is done and you feel that that whole thing is high, we could revisit that.
Oh,
But
we
as
will.
far as, you know,
You know, yeah, I understand. You're gonna appraise the dwelling at a certain rate. You're sending the excess
Right.
land, which is the raw land, at a certain rate. And, you know, the residential building a lot, the 0.92 acre lot. But right now, what I'm appealing is that 0.92 acres at 82.5. I believe that's excessive.
and
I have
see,
five different lots, building lots for sale here, you know. One of them's
Right.
52,000. It's got 4 acres right here in Andover. Approved building lot for 52,000. How can you assess that value at 82.5? I don't understand that.
Well, that's more
That's
the
just one
question
of
for, that's John doing the setting. We're allowed to review it to the point that our number reaches his lowest approved value. That's the problem.
All right.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here then?
well, you'd have to go talk to John, and he's there. He's there on Monday nights and he's there on Thursday mornings, but you have to make an appointment. You have to wear a mask, take your temperature, sign in.
I've already appealed his assessment. Okay, I don't feel talking to him is gonna help me in any way. He's gonna tell me the same thing that you're telling me. That's what I assess it at. It's, you know, 82.5 for everybody, you know, I mean, how does that help me? Talking to John. I've talked to the assistant,
Roberta,
Roberta, yes. She's the one that sent me the cards, you know, the
Yeah,
cards and all that.
and did she give any indication that we would be able to lower that 82.5?
She didn't say anything about the board, the assessment of the appeals. She knew I was gonna go before you, but she said the same thing, that everybody's the same. It's 82.5 for this 0.92 acres everywhere now. You know, and that's what I'm appealing. That's what I disagree with.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense to me at all. If I can't sell a lot for that, how can you appraise it for that, you know? Anywhere in town.
I wish we could help you, but there's not much we can do.
Oh, what's the point of this appeal then? I don't understand it.
Well, you're asking us to, I mean, it's like somebody coming to us and say, well, my car is only worth $100. Why are you valuing it at 500? Because that's the limit set. We can appeal wherever we have leeway, but we don't have any here.
yeah, the legislature gave the assessor the power to set minimum values. And we are not allowed to go below his minimum value.
All right, well, how do I challenge that then?
New Britain Superior Court,
So I have to take the town to court again?
I,
I'll do that if I
you know,
have. I mean,
I-
that's,
I gotta tell you, historically, I've done it. I mean, you gotta do what you feel you gotta do.
okay.
And we're telling you that they've given us no authority to go below his assigned value. And I do understand that times change and values because of times change. He, however, has not reflected the changes. And we're at a stalemate there.
They
Right.
used to be different. I know they were different some years back. It was a different value. But I don't know at what point and how. Now, if you want to come back on the 20th, I can talk to him about
Going
how
lower.
it comes to that, but I don't think we can lower it.
Sure, I'll come back on the 20th. We can speak again.
All right, that would be, that's acceptable. Linda, what are you thinking?
I'm fine with that. Sorry, my birds were chirping, so I muted myself. Yes, that's fine. We can find out in the meantime if we're even allowed to go below that.
Okay,
All right,
I mean,
we'll do that. Mr. Grimaldi, we appreciate it. I understand it. So we'll research it, and on the 20th, come back to us and we'll be better informed.
Okay, just a couple things I want to clarify. So the assessed value is 70% of the appraised
Total
value,
value,
which is supposed to
right.
be the worth of the land, of the property, correct?
right.
Okay. And you said two different things. You told me first that John sets the minimum, but then you talked about the state setting the minimum. So which is it?
No, the state gives him the authority to set the minimum.
Okay, so then this is all on John.
Pretty much.
Okay, okay.
And it's a
All right, well-
matter of saying to him, hey, listen, the times are different. People are not paying that kind of money for a building lot anymore, and you should be able to reflect that in your low value. And that's basically what we're going to say to him ourselves between now and the 20th. How he responds, he's known to dig his feet in and just say, well, that's value.
Yes, he is.
So, I mean, we'll do what we can at our end, and then whatever information he gives us that we have to act on, we have no choice. We'll reflect it in your answer, and then you have to choose what you have to choose.
Okay, all right, I appreciate that.
Yep,
Now this is being recorded. I mean,
Yeah.
you're
It's
aware that
fully
I've been in this
recorded.
meeting. Okay,
yep.
It's been
Okay,
recorded, right.
minutes and all that. Okay. Okay, great.
Well, it's
All right.
actually been recorded live.
Oh, okay. I wish you would have mentioned that when we started, but that's okay. That's fine with me.
And on the 20th, come back to us.
Yes, I will. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, I will question John on this and get back to you guys.
All right. And then we'll call the meeting to close.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I am motion that we adjourn.
I will second that motion.
Oh, thank you, Linda.
All in favor?
Hey,
Aye.
me.
Now, where is my minutes?
All right, so we'll be hearing from you in between now and the 20th, I'm guessing.
Yep, and to get your volume or your vocals back,
Yeah.
so you won't be on double screens.
Yes, you don't like the double screen? All right, bye, guys.
All right, take care, Linda. Take care, Georgia.
Bye-bye.